if you are multi-passionate, the way your brain works is different than others. Because of that, if you follow the norm process of creating a content, the way everyone tells you to script, the way everyone tells you to record video, the way everyone tells you should edit your videos, you cannot do that. Why that happens? Listen to this. The way your mind process things, analyze things, and make sense of the world around you, and the way you express things to outside world is one of these two types, styles. One, out of the box, unstructured. Two, inbox and structured. So normally, commonly for multi-passionate people and creative people, these two aspects that I told you are different. For example, the mind works, process everything in a structured way, organized way, inbox, and the expression is out of the box in the flow. Now, here the problem shows itself. When we want to create content, we have different parts before recording and after recording. Before recording is processing. We are using this. Yes, we are scripting, coming out with ideas and blah and blah. And when we are recording, we are using the expression. This works out of the box. This works in boxes and structure. Look, if I structure my script from A to Z, every word that I want to express, because the way I express is out of a structure, it takes a lot of energy for me to put it into a structure. Basically, it feels like you are giving a full instruction to a child. Okay, kid, when you are going to Disneyland, this is exactly the steps and things you should do and you should not do. So fun, yes? Maybe one time, two times you do that and you record the video and create that content. Two things happen. One, you are not enjoying the journey. After a while, you push yourself. You have to do the content unless you are miserable if you don't do that. Yes, you push yourself to do that. When you push yourself to do something, it is working for once, twice, three times, four times. After a while, you get burnt out because you are not working with yourself, you are working against yourself, and you are doing a creative job by fighting. The second thing that happens is that it shows in the video. The vibe and energy of you is reflected into the contents that you are creating. Now, how to solve this problem and use that to be more unique even? Okay, first, we want to know which type are you in? How does your brain works? How does your expression works? We have three types of people. Some people, their brain works structured inbox, and their expression is also a structured inbox. Or their mind works out of the box in the flow, and their expression also works out of the box and in the flow. These types of people don't have any problems because if they are structured, set the script exactly as they want, they record exactly as they want, and they edit exactly by the structure, and done. The out of the box category, all of that's out of the box, so they are out of the box, they just hit record and talk and they edit and they are okay with that. All parts are out of the box, so nothing conflicting here. But multi-passionate people struggle with the conflict. Okay, now I have three techniques that help you to figure out which kind are you. How does your brain works? How does your expression works? First, everyday life around us is chaotic. When chaotic life around you happens, like someone calls and you're invited here and there, you have to stop and make sense of the things that is happening and then decide to take action, or you just go with the flow and you're okay. You don't have to first make sense of everything. If you have to make sense of the things around you, then act. Your brain is structured. If not, your brain isn't working in the flow and you're okay. Yes, let's go there and there. Second, practice. If I ask a question about something that you are expert in, something that you have a lot of knowledge in, the way you answer to me is like I have to first make a bullet point in my head, then express, or you just answer me in the flow and when you talk, you make sense. You think before your talk, or you talk and then think about what you said. Or while you are talking, you think about categorizing and the things that you are saying. No one can tell you from outside, only you can understand this. The third practice is by painting. Put a paper in front of you and draw something and notice which one is more enjoyable to you. Having a pattern and painting, or just going with the flow and painting. About the painting and answering to the question mostly tells you how does your expression works. If your answer to these questions are that someone asked me question and I just answer, I don't need to bullet point the things that I want to answer first in my head or write them and then answer. Or if you enjoy more painting like spontaneously something and make sense of the things that you created after that, your expression is out of the flow. And the first practice tells you how does your brain works. Make sense? Go and find out which one you are. Simple as this. Okay. The problem happens when you are one of these two categories. Either your brain works out of the box, unstructured, and your expression is structured and in box, or your brain is structured and in box and expression is out of the box. Because I'm in this category, I start telling you exactly how to solve your problem when you are in this category. Then we go to this category. And by the end, you totally know what is the simple solution for solving this conflict. Stay with me. Now, let me tell you by example how does it work for me. For scripting, I noticed that whenever I script in a polished, even in a polished handwriting and polish everything neat and clear, I cannot express it. I should write in a messy way, bad handwriting, and just a vague structure of the things that I want to talk about. And when I'm expressing, I just know the structure and the parts that I want to talk about, and I go with the flow and talk about that. Here, the magic begins. Okay, after this record, my expression happy, my mind happy, video recorded, it goes for the editing. For editing part, this territory is working. You are analyzing, processing, and structuring. So I take all of that, I structure them into the parts that is suitable for the content creation and for the storytelling. I structure all of that and I see, okay, if I add a little thing here, an example here, and record this here and add, it will be better. And then again, I go and record that video and I add it to my timeline and say, okay, if I do this and add this, it will be perfect. Then I go and just like I'm creating art and I'm enjoying that. The structure mind analyze things and said, okay, we need this. And the creative out of the flow part of me expresses that in the best shape and form, in the most authentic way. And I create the video, take it, create the video. The result of this is that when I script, I'm fully enjoying my time. When I record, obviously, I'm fully enjoying my time. When I edit, even, I'm fully enjoying my time. Editing is a boring process, but I'm enjoying that too. Now, if your brain works out of the box and your expression is in box, how do you solve this problem? If that is your case for the script writing, your mind is all over the place with all of all ideas and things you want to talk about. Simply, you open ChatGPT and you tell ChatGPT, okay, ChatGPT, I have a lot of ideas, I rambling here and there and I talk about them. You make a structure out of that for my YouTube video. So you go ahead, talk with it, rambling all over the place, and AI can generate a structured script for you. And because your expression, the way you express, is inbox and structure, you just read from the script that AI gave you, and you have no problem. You are happy while you are doing that because that is the type, that is the style of your expression. And in editing, because you expressed everything by details that you were designing and everything by the structure, so editing phase is normal and easy for you too. You just cut the mistakes and cut the things you want. And if your creative out of the box mind in editing phase saw that, okay, if I add something here and there, it will be perfect. Okay, ChatGPT, I created a video. The structure of my video is this and that. I want to add something like this and tell something like this here. What do you think? And ChatGPT gives you again another structure, and you go and record. This process continues like a cycle that you are enjoying and you're creating content. But you are not forcing anything. You are doing every part exactly as you are made for it. If you want to win the YouTube game, if you want to win the blah and blah, do this. The goal is not perfect scripting or perfect video recording. The goal is the content that you're seeing right now. Can I say something heart to heart? It feels like a magical world that you escape to it and enjoy every second of being in it when you are yourself while you are doing your business, every task of your business. Because now it's like I'm creating art. Listen to me. Content creation is a form of art. There is no police for art. There is no should and shouldn'ts for art. Art is art. Just be wild and create. In this video, I told you exactly how to put all of you, all your passions into a structured work, a step by step work, and create your own profitable business by being you, a multi passionate entrepreneur. Got it? Just watch it.